Yo, what's up, everybody? How we doing today on this fine Monday? It was pretty nice outside when I went. This video is a little late. I was pretty exhausted this weekend, so I didn't bother like recording anything. I just chilled. But the draft was pretty much over the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I watched the entire thing. I was curious to see who we were gonna get day 3. The draft was a good draft in my opinion. It was good, but yet a lot of people were, well, me as well. I mean, I'm not really complaining, but we didn't really address the positions I thought we were going to address. But regardless, the players that we got are all really good. I'm going to go over some of them now. Let me, where is it? This one? Yes. All right. So according to PFF, is that Player Football Focus? I always forget. First round, we didn't trade up, and we got Mack Jones. I listened to part of the interview, and he sounds like a great fit. Like, he sounds like the perfect fit, like the perfect guy that Belichick was looking for. And I can see why Belichick preferred him over, trading up for Fields. Pick 2, again, out of Alabama, Christian Barmore. And from what I'm getting, he is the best defensive tackle in college, or coming out, right, in the draft. He was the best tackle the last 2 years in the draft. So to get talent like that at pick 38 when he was a projected first rounder, it's a steal, right? Anytime you can get a first rounder in the second, and with your second pick, is a steal. So, and Belichick is saying that a lot of these guys are just going to develop and won't see time until 2022. So, like I said, we're building a team for the future here, starting with Mack. We got Barmore. And then on the offense, you have Jonnu and Hunter Henry, and then you have Damian Harris. So a lot of these guys are the new core, which is what I was looking to see what they were going to do, if that's the direction they were leaning. And that's what it looks like. A new core for the future, like the next core. So then with the third pick, Ronnie Perkins, if I read correctly, he's the only defensive end in the draft that was like a 90 grade on pass rushing and playing the run. So again, to get that kind of talent in the third, that's a steal. I didn't know much about Ronnie Perkins, but if people are right with the stats and the grading and all this other stuff that I was reading, because I'm gonna start following college this next coming season. So I'm just trying to find all the research I can find, all the tape I can see, all the highlights people were showing. So the first 3 picks were steals. Well, not the first 3, because Mack, that was still a very good pick because we didn't have to move up for him. We stayed at 15 and we were able to take Mack. But Barmore and Perkins, steals. The only question mark I have here is Stevenson. I don't hate the pick. I just think it's a reach. I don't know if we had to take him at 120, like in the 4th round. I didn't think we had to. He wasn't on anybody's radar. If I looked at the running back list correctly, I don't think he was on anybody's radar. I thought that was a bit of a reach, but I don't hate the pick. If we're looking at running backs that are going to be on the roster next season or that are signed past the season, I don't know if we keep Sony Michelle, right? Sony Michelle is, we didn't pick up his 5th-year option, so I don't even know if we keep Sony Michelle past this year. Because like I said in previous videos, he's underwhelming. Like, he's underperformed for a first rounder. Granted, he was pick 31, but he hasn't produced like a first round pick, and he's been hurt a lot. Sure, he had that playoff run when we beat the Rams in that Super Bowl. That playoff run, he was great, but that's been it. So I don't know if we could re-sign Sony Michelle at the end of the year, and we roll out with Damian Harris and Stevenson. Maybe we re-sign James White, but yeah, I don't know if we even keep Sony Michelle or half the running backs we have on the roster. It's a deep depth chart. on running backs on the team currently, but other than Damian Harris and Sony Michelle and James White, I don't know if any of them are going to see playing time this year. And Stevenson, you might see him on occasion, but because he's a big guy, so I can see him in short yardage, goal line, because he's come to be like LeGarrette Blount, but with better hands. So I don't know. I can see next year the 1-2 punch being Damian Harris and Stevenson. And also Mack Jones and Damian Harris were teammates in Alabama. And I think Mack Jones tweeted that they were best friends. They're still best friends. So that's pretty cool. McGrove and Bledsoe seem like solid picks. Those are guys that can fly. I like that. Bledsoe kind of reminds me of Duggar, but somebody that can cover better. Like a better coverage safety. But can play inside as well. But he can fly. Him and McGrone, they could fly. I was watching some of the highlights, and they're just flying at the ball. We like that. We like guys that can fly. That seems, especially like the way the Bucs played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. The Bucs pride themselves on being fast. So that's kind of what I see here with these picks. Guys that can just fly around the field, attack the ball. William Sherman. He's somebody that can play tackle and guard. He can slide through the line. And I can see why Belichick drafted him because of his versatility. Especially, I think Trent Brown only signed on a 1-year deal. Isaiah Wynn, we haven't picked up his 5th-year option yet. So he's on a prove-it year for him as well, along with Sony Michelle. They both have to prove it this year. Wynn has been hurt every year. So another underwhelming, drafted player we had there in the first round. 2017? Was that the draft? 2017? Yeah. Underperformed. Well, no, he just hasn't. He tore his ACL as a rookie. His second year, he was very solid until he got hurt. And then last year, did he play last year? I don't know. Team was just so bad, I don't even think it matters. But if I remember correctly, he probably got hurt last year too. Now, Trey Nixon seems like a faster Julian Edelman. I can see some Julian Edelman traits in him, but he's faster and way more physical. Oh my God, he looks bigger. I was watching some tape, and yeah, he could fly. He's a little speedster. He's like Edelman on crack. Literally, that's how much faster he was than Edelman, like on tape. Just watching the highlights. So I don't hate the pick of Trey Nixon. Maybe he comes in next year. I don't know. I don't even know if he sees playing time this year, because I don't see him playing special teams with Gunner still out there. But we'll see what he can do on the practice squad. There's I didn't realize he had 10 receivers in the roster, even though 3 of them are going to see the most playing time, and then you got Gunner and special teams. That's pretty much it. Here's the athletic scores here out of 10. That's a sneaky athletic, man. That's what I was saying prior to the draft. He's sneaky athletic. I'm telling you. Christian Barmore, 8.22 for a tackle. That's crazy. Yeah, he's a big dude. I don't know what you're expecting here. He's big. He's literally LeGarrette Blount, but with hands. So I don't care about this. And then Ronnie Perkins, yeah, he's got good hands. I don't know how fast he is. I don't think it matters for linemen. This is honestly very surprising for a tackle. That just shows how good he is. But this isn't. I don't actually really care about this. 8.98, Trey Nixon. None of this really matters to me. I was just showing it because it was there. And then get to know the Patriots. All right. Well, we know about Mack Jones already. He wanted to come to New England. He seems like the perfect fit. So I can't wait to see what he can do. Barmore here. A lot of Tides up here. Yeah, it's true. We have a lot of Alabama players here. Back-to-back picks of select players from the same school. He joins Mack Jones, Damian Harris, Hightower, and Fernie Jennings as former Alabama players in the current roster. So I love dominance. It's like the same program, just in the NFL. I love winners. He even used no days off. Unbelievable. He seems like a cool guy. Cool guy. Fans could expect big things from him on and off the field. We like that. Bro, our defensive line, our front seven is so stacked compared to last year. I can't wait. Later on in the week, probably tomorrow or Wednesday, I will go over the entire roster as a whole. I took a look at the front seven. Granted, I already kind of figured with what we had before the draft, and we are so stacked on the front seven. It's ridiculous. If we don't have a top 5 defense, somebody messed up. Perkins was clearly excited to see his former Sooner teammate. Okay. Yeah, Perkins and Stevenson, teammates in college. We like that. So you're not like alone with a bunch of strangers. There's always somebody you're familiar with. Which is crazy. If you look at the draft, they did that a lot with the quarterbacks. You got Tua with Waddle. You got Devontae Smith with Jalen Hurts. And then you got Jamar Chase in Cincinnati with Burrow. And the funny thing is Burrow already knew. Apparently he told Chase to pack his bags for Cincinnati. That's pretty dope. I like that. I just hope, because I know they drafted, I think, 2 linemen in the draft afterwards, so I hope they can protect Burrow. I have him in dynasty leagues in fantasy, so, you know, I like that. But even just football-wise, like, I hope they protect Burrow. I don't want another Carson Palmer situation. McGrone. The Patriots have things for Michigan linebackers. With Winovich and Uche already on the Patriots roster, the team added another Wolverine, Cam McGrone. Yeah, see Uche type. I like that. Joshua Bledsoe. If you got a Drew Bledsoe jersey in your closet, there's a chance you could repurpose it. Before switching to safety in freshman year of high school, a move that he initially wanted to resist, he played quarterback. Ironically, that's something Bledsoe's mom, I can't pronounce that, took into consideration when naming her son. Josh felt like a great name for a future star quarterback, but she added an H on the end, so his full name would be 7 letters long like every other member of his family. And he'll be joining some fellow Quez, including who? I don't get that. Yeah, that's pretty much it for there. And then here, okay. So I was reading this earlier. I agree with some of this because I had the same thought process. Wrapped up a productive weekend and saw them add 8 players to their roster. The team kicked things off with a big splash on Mack Jones at 15, but he was far from the only significant addition to their roster. That's Mack Jones highlights. New hope, yes. Mack Jones made it clear Cam Newton is still the team's starting quarterback, which I agree. People need to relax with thinking Mack's going to take over week 1. That's just not happening. They want Mack to be 100% ready to go by the time he starts, or unless Cam's just that bad. I don't think Cam can possibly replicate what he did last year. I think he'll be a lot better, more familiar with the system, hopefully more polished. But if you think Mack is going to come in and be the week 1 starter, that's not happening. Mahomes wasn't even a week 1 starter. He was benched his entire rookie season. Just relax. He was benched for Alex Smith. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. Not saying Alex Smith was bad, but like he was okay, right? He was a game manager. So let's relax. Even though Sean Watson wasn't even a week 1 starter. They had like guys probably they had me out there at the starting quarterback in Houston. That's how bad they were. Then they got hurt. I think they got hurt, or they were just that bad, and then Watson came in. And then even then, I don't even think Watson was declared the starter the next week. So those are 2 all-pro quarterbacks that were not week 1 starters. So let's take it easy a little bit on hoping Mack Jones is the week 1 starter. Now let's continue. A new front seven, yes. The only move up we made was Christian Barmore. I am surprised Belichick wasn't aggressive enough with trades or traded back. I'm surprised. This was his only trade in the draft, and it was to move up for Christian Barmore, the best defensive lineman in the draft. Yes, I agree. And the fact that he fell to us in round 2, that says a lot. That's a steal, like I said earlier. Add in edge player Ronnie Perkins and linebacker Cameron McGrone, who Belichick revealed might not be available until 2022, and the team is stacked with intrigue. That's good. We have talent that won't even see the field. That's how stacked we are. These guys are talented players and won't see the field until next year. That says a lot. That also, you can question whether we're going to re-sign Dante Hightower, who's not in the contract past this year. This is his last year, so we don't know what's going to happen. Do we re-sign him to a friendly deal? I don't know. I think he's like 32, 33 at this point. So I don't know what we're going to do. No players traded, yes. So no N'Keal Harry trade, no Stephon Gilmore trade, no J.C. Jackson trade. So I don't know what's going to happen with Gilmore or J.C. Jackson. Nothing has been said. So I'm curious to see what happens with them. Free agents lead the way on offense. Yep, John, Hunter Henry, Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne, and then Cam Newton. Yep. Barmore worth the only trade. Was too good to pass up while he played up and down the line at Alabama. His pass rush skills will bring a needed element to third down defense immediately. Yes. I agree. And then yeah. No news on undrafted free agents. Unrestricted. No news yet on undrafted free agents. Last year was J.J. Taylor and Miles Bryant. And then we have Nick Folk and Roberto Aguayo for kickers. And then our day 3 depth factor, Onwenu and Stevenson. Like I said, he's LeGarrette Blount, but with hands. So yeah, what do you guys think about the draft? Everybody gave us A's. So, where did I see that at? Right here. Yes, this is true. Are the 7th to 9th best team in the AFC? That is not true at all. I can see us being a top 5 team in the AFC. So you have the Bills, Browns, Chiefs, Ravens, and then who else is better? Steelers? Maybe? I don't know. That's about it. Let's see. What? Same guys who gave us a B last year for a draft that will have one guy who might get a second contract. We don't know yet. Anyway, I don't know about an A+, but I'm cool with the A's. I think B+ to an A- is probably our grade. Because we drafted best player available, and for added depth, like I said, for 2022, we didn't address corner or receiver, but we're pretty much good everywhere else. Like defense, maybe corner, because we don't know what we're gonna do with Gilmore and J.C. Jackson. So until then, corner will be a question mark in my opinion, and what we're gonna do at receiver, because I don't know if we're even gonna keep Aguilar past this season. So. Sure, we have John and Hunter Henry for 3 to 5 years, but receiver is probably the only question mark, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens. But I agree with these grades. B+ to an A-. The only question mark for me is the Stevenson pick. I think it was a little early for a running back, but I don't hate the player at all. I think it was a really solid player. So we're pretty much set on running back as well. I think we're gonna have like 3 or 4 for next year. This is going over the draft class again. This is what I meant earlier. Jalen Waddle with Tua. Oh, Surtain with Judy. Okay. And then they're missing one. He forgot the Cincinnati one. Let's see if there was anything recent said about the draft. I'm curious what people say. Saints tried to trade to Patriots for Mack Jones. So that makes people feel better about the Mack Jones pick because the Saints wanted him as well. Probably because he, could resemble Drew Brees. So grades show the Patriots had the sixth best draft in the NFL. I don't know if they were like a clear-cut winner of the draft. I know there's a lot of teams that had good draft, but this list here shows the Bears, probably because of the Fields pick, and then you go O-line. I think they went O-line a few times. The Browns had a really good pick. They had some steals. What's his name? Jock? That was a steal in the second round. Chargers, I don't remember who they picked. I know they picked some O-line. They picked a tight end. I don't remember who else they picked. Dolphins, I know they had Waddle. I don't remember who else they picked. The Jets, I feel like, had a really good draft. Really good. They already did better. They're already doing better for Zach than they ever did for Darno. So, like, I feel like they had a really good draft. Patriots, like we talked about. Giants had some question marks, in my opinion. Like, going for Tony in the first round, it's a reach. The Jags, probably after their second pick in the first round, going running back. But, obviously Trevor Lawrence, and then after that, they were pretty solid after that. Vikings had a good draft. Lions, really good. Falcons, you go Kyle Pitts, and then some defense. I'm surprised Dallas is this far. Like, they got really bad grades. I'm shocked, because they went all defense, which is what they needed. They didn't need offense at all. So they went all defense, and they still got bad grades. Probably because they went Micah Parsons instead of a corner. But Micah Parsons is a very good player. Like, he was probably the best linebacker in the draft. But that's that. All right, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think of the draft. I know a lot of people wanted receiver, and we didn't. So, it's all right. We still drafted very talented players. So, let me know what you guys think below. Peace.